We don't want anyone else's territory, and we are not going to give up our own.
Volodymyr Zelensky sending a clear message to Russia this morning, the latest on the tensions in Ukraine.
It's tax day. If you still haven't filed, we've got some advice on doing so, as well as when you can expect this year's tax return.
Overnight snow now moving out of southern Wisconsin, but we still have to break down what to expect for the rest of your Monday.
Good Monday morning, everybody. We start with some breaking news out of Ukraine, where 6 people are dead in a missile strike on the western city of Lviv. At least 1 child was injured in the hit. 4 missile strikes all hit the city overnight. 3 on military targets, 1 hitting a tire shop. Lviv, before this, had been spared most of the worst violence so far. This Sunday will mark 2 months since Russia first invaded Ukraine. Since then, hundreds of bodies of civilians have been discovered.
This has led to Russia facing accusations of war crimes. That is based on what's classified as the indiscriminate targeting, torture, and killing of civilians. This is what the brother of Kyiv's mayor said when asked what he'd like to tell war crimes investigators.
How long can we wait for this justice and consequences? I cannot forget these lines of the world leaders saying, if the Russian troops are going to cross the line and invade Ukraine, there are going to be severe consequences. These severe consequences for 51 days has been taking Ukrainian population.
Meanwhile, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is calling on President Biden to visit Ukraine.
Do you want President Biden to come here?
Yes.
Are there any plans for him to come?
I think he will.
You think he will?
I think he will.
Zelensky also said Ukraine's military is prepared to fight Moscow's military in the Donbas region. He says the outcome could influence the course of the entire conflict and that his country won't give up territory in the east to end tensions with Russia.
In the centuries-old history of Ukraine, there is the story that Ukraine has either taken some territory or needs to give up some territory. Ukraine and the people of our state are absolutely clear. We don't want anyone else's territory, and we are not going to give up our own.
Meanwhile, new video this morning. This is where Ukrainian rescuers found the bodies of dozens of civilians in Borodyanka on the outskirts of Ukraine's capital of Kyiv. They found the victims while dismantling the rubble of high-rise buildings destroyed by Russian shelling. Another glimpse into the attacks. This is the aftermath of another shelling where a church was destroyed. Officials say luckily in this case no one was hurt.
Let's get a check of that forecast now here at 6:02. Another band of snow about to hit the Dane County area. Chris, is this going to be much?
No, not much at all. We're continuing to watch it. We've been watching this whole system this morning bring snow from International Falls all the way down towards Indianapolis and Cincinnati and northern Kentucky this morning. But in Wisconsin, most of that pulling away. It's been just enough to really coat things, but most roadways, they're all in good shape as you head out the door this morning. We are tracking this next band, trying to move into the picture. I've seen some growth on that southern extent lately, but even still, as that pushes through over about the next hour, it's only going to bring a couple of flakes, and then it moves right on out of the picture, so it doesn't add to what's already there. Temperatures are back above freezing for most spots, except for really closer towards the lakeshore. Waukesha, one of those coldest spots I've seen this morning, at 28. Elsewhere, we are either at or just above the freezing point this morning. Madison coming in at 33. It is also very foggy out. So I've seen more fog come through than we've really seen with snow coming through. Fog has been a dominant story this morning. Our wind chill into the upper 20s. Once everything pushes through this morning, and we could still see some additional flurries and rain showers as we move into the afternoon, look for those temperatures topping out right around 40 for your high. Down to 31 overnight tonight. Tomorrow we're into the upper 40s and low 50s. Sunshine early. Here comes that cloud cover streaming into the picture as we start to move into the afternoon. Wednesday morning, you're waking up in the 40s. We've got clouds. Take the umbrella, though, because by your evening commute on Wednesday, a good soaking rain starts to work its way into the picture. Temperatures will be in the 40s, but we're talking a good amount of rain on Wednesday, followed up with more chances for showers and thunderstorms this weekend, perhaps 70 by Saturday.
Well, that would be wonderful.
It'll be very wonderful.
70s? We haven't hit 70 yet this year, right?
It's going to be resort weather.
Compared to, snow on the morning of April 18th. Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, Chris. Well, if you haven't filed your taxes already, tonight is the deadline. It's 3 days later than usual. April 15th is normally the deadline, right? They pushed it back a few days this year. This year's returns will be a little more complicated than usual for those trying to meet the deadline. That's because of the need to factor in things like the child tax credit, the third stimulus check, and some new rules about reporting income from cryptocurrency. A few helpful reminders here. The IRS says last-minute filers can get help. Just request an extension or make a payment on irs.gov. Officials also encourage taxpayers to file electronically. They say the fastest way to receive a refund is to use direct deposit.
If you feel like you're scrambling this tax season, no, the IRS is too. They're backlogged and understaffed, meaning your refund could take a while. Right now, the agency is navigating what it considers a perfect storm, as more than 3 million tax returns are still being processed from 2021. Budget cuts and COVID disruptions have shrunk staffing to less than 80,000 people, the same level it was at nearly half a century ago. In a report to Congress last week, the IRS admitted only about 20% of callers have been getting through to live IRS agents at times this month. The IRS's Ken Corbin says the agency is now hiring new employees and contractors to lighten the load.
How many more do you need?
I would say, we need thousands more employees still coming to join us. We are an aging workforce, and we know that we have to prepare for the future.
Speaking of preparing for the future, your retirement savings could soon be impacted. A bill expected to reach the president's desk later this year may bring new rules involving 401k programs. If passed and signed, the legislation's Secure Act 2.0 could require most employer-sponsored retirement plans to enroll eligible workers automatically at a 3% level. That would increase by 1% until you're contributing 10% of your paycheck every year, though workers would have the option of opting out. With pension plans nearly extinct these days and Social Security trust funds facing a 75-year deficit, experts say 401k plans are more critical now than ever.
The three-legged stool of retirement has basically turned into a pogo stick, and it's going to be on your back and your responsibility to save money.
Other features of the plan include delaying mandatory withdrawals and limiting penalties for those who fail to withdraw on time. It would also extend tax credits to small businesses for providing their workers with greater access to retirement plans. Also create an online database for Americans to locate lost retirement funds. And for the first time, allow part-time workers to contribute to 401k plans.
6:07, more local news now. Limiting accessible and affordable housing on campus. That's the concern UW students have over the redevelopment of the Zoe Bayless Co-op. Tamia Folks breaks down the situation surrounding the building's construction.
We've been left kind of frustrated and disillusioned with the university's support of affordable housing.
With walls painted with history, the Zoe Bayless Co-op has stood for 67 years as a fixture on UW-Madison's campus. 1 year from now, those walls will be torn down.
The community is seeing the importance in Zoe Bayless, and we should be preserved.
Levy Hall will replace Zoe Bayless in 2023, a space that many students have come to call home.
Yeah, we have 40 to 50 students who live here every year and rely on this community to support them.
In recent months, demands for affordable housing have increased drastically. The co-op offers some of the lowest housing prices in the area.
We did a little bit of calculations, and compared to the dorm building, which is very similar to our building next door, that's 48% of the price to live here.
With an in-house chef, multiple study and entertainment spaces, and a welcoming environment for women and non-binary students, many were disappointed when the university offered few options to keep the space alive.
Our building is just one aspect of our community. We're so much more than the physical space that we're in.
The conversation around affordable housing, not new at UW.
The city, the developers, they won't always involve students in the process automatically. So we got to get involved as much as we can.
The university recently offered the co-op an opportunity to take over a planned renovated space in Val Phillips Residence Hall, but the rent would increase significantly.
We've had meetings with them where they've told us that we should stop being so emotional about being displaced.
Now students won't give up the fight.
Remain vigilant about housing in Madison because there will always be incentives to build more expensive and newer housing, but we have to be aware and see when those things are happening at the city level.
Officials from the university say removing the co-op will represent a small loss of beds for student housing, and they're looking at long-term plans for growth in university housing to absorb the cost. Later this month, students will host a Save Zoe Bayless fundraiser to raise money for a new off-campus space.
Coming up, answering a call is a lot easier these days and safer in cars that connect to your phone. But that feature may be going away soon as 3G networks begin shutting down.
Plus, we're learning how to prevent food waste at home. Coming up in the 608, we're in the kitchen with Chef Paul. Stick around.
Now you can bring gorgeous, fresh, organic vegetables to your table in just 3 easy steps. Step 1, go to gardenmats.com. Step 2, use our garden planner to lay out your entire garden in order. Within days, garden mats are delivered from our factory right to your door. Step 3, lay the mats down according to your design and plant. After that, spend your summer trying to keep up with each other, not your weeds. Go to gardenmats.com today.
The great outdoors await you at Bob's Discount Furniture. Soak up the sun on my dream outdoor sectional, only $19.99. Dine outside with my Lennox outdoor dining set, only $18.99. And lounge on my Laurel outdoor sectional, only $16.99. Each have Papa-Pedic memory foam seating, matching accent pillows, and 100% recyclable all-weather wicker. Plus, each set comes with a heavyweight cover. And in Bob's backyard, the wildlife doesn't want to eat you. Just belly rubs.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting more than just a technician. You're getting someone who pays attention to your needs and the little things that make a big difference. It takes a dealer you can rely on. And to keep your family cool this summer,
let me show you how this works.
It takes Bryant.
Bryant, whatever it takes.
In Madison, contact Heating and Cooling Incorporated to maximize your comfort and energy savings whatever the season.
I'm Rebecca, and you might know me from reality TV.
And this was my stubborn body fat that I just couldn't get rid of. But then I went to Sonobello, and they permanently removed my body fat in just one visit.
It is so intensely gratifying for one visit to make this big of a change. It's amazing.
Sonobello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently on your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more.
It feels incredible to look down, and it's flat.
Thank you again, Sonobello. I'm so happy.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation and find out how you can get $250 off instantly. Call 1-800-595-1532 or go to sonobello.com.
Welcome back, Bill.
I'm here for some new tires.
Well, you're in luck. It's our tire savings event, so now's the perfect time. Tires a little worn down?
Worn down, exactly, worn down.
Exactly.
Right now, during our tire savings event, buy 3 tires and get the 4th for only $1. Toyota Service Centers. Keep your Toyota a Toyota.
You're watching Madison's fastest growing newscast. News 3 Now this morning.
Welcome back. We're in the 608 this morning with some advice on saving money at the grocery store and reducing food waste at home.
Josh Breider is live at the Willie Street Co-op this morning with a favorite here on the program.
Oh, yeah.
A chef we all know very well, Josh Breider. What do you got for us?
Hey guys, good morning. So the biggest thing, we're coming off of a big holiday weekend, and Chef Paul is here to tell us, don't throw anything away. There's something that you can always make out of anything in the kitchen. And you've got a few items in front of us, and what are we going to be making now?
Today, I'm going to show you how to save the pork fat. You can render the fat for cooking. I'm going to cook with some apple together and ginger. Let me show you how to cut apple. Instead of using a quarter, you can use your simple paring knife. You cut both ends off a little bit here, and so we are here. And you take out the core just by you don't turn your knife. You turn your apple. Okay, you turn your apple.
And you can actually get more apple out of it. Is what you're saying, right?
Instead of use quarter, so you just turn your apple, okay? And then that's all you here. compost them, waste nothing, okay? So when you're making tar, that's how you do it. Each simple, okay, like this. And I'm gonna cut a little smaller because I'm gonna stir fry with little my pork.
Okay.
Okay, now ready. Ginger. Peel or no peel, you don't have to peel. If you really want to peel, back to your knife, just
scrape it off.
Yeah, scrape it off. You waste nothing. Put in a stock pot, okay? And skin edible, by the way. And then you slice very thin it. Okay, and then you chop really juicy and really fine here, okay? Now,
I can smell it.
Pork. The fat is good. You don't waste it. You save that for render the fat, okay? Render the fat. You cut smaller, making it crackling. Isn't that beautiful? Making crackling, okay? Today we don't have time, so we don't make crackling. We save it next time. Okay. Now, you slice the pork very thin. Quick. Okay, this amount of pork, and I'm gonna slice very thinly. All right, so you have to season your pork a little bit, okay? You season the pork, easy. Let me show you how to season. A little salt here. Okay, a little salt here. And pepper. Okay? And then you have a little pan hot. And a couple drop oil here. Okay? Whoa, look at that. Look at that.
Spread it around.
You got your
ginger,
apple. That'll turn a little bit. To sub on a little bit, okay? Because the pork cooks really fast. And then now you want even faster, you have your stock here ready, right? A little stock here.
Put a little of that stock we've been making all morning right in there.
Yeah, kind of get a little bit, exercise the cooking process, right? Sub on a little bit, right? Cool. And then now, your pork. Go in there, right?
And we are out of time, Chef Paul, so you've got some cooking classes available for folks. If people are interested, how can they learn more?
Check the WISC-TV.com. No, ORG, I think.
We've got it up on channel3000.com as well, too. So we're making it nice and easy. This smells delicious. Look at this. Always a treat, guys, when we're in the kitchen with Chef Paul here at Willie Street Co-op.
My honor. Thank you. See you next time. Almost there. And the garnish with some herb, even better.
Oh, man.
That looks amazing.
Look good.
What
it
a breakfast.
smells so good, guys.
Josh Bryder live with Willie Co-op this morning. Thanks, Josh.
Okay.
Josh always eating. Remember to let him know what inspires you in the 608, especially if it involves food. Reach out to him on social media or shoot him an email for a chance to be featured. 6:17 on your Monday. Wireless carriers could start shutting down old 3G networks in favor of the super-fast 5G service. What you might not realize, though, that means millions of cars could lose important safety features. Consumer Reports is looking into it. Consumer Reports has said for years a car is a computer on wheels, and in many cases it's also a cell phone.
Almost every car these days has an internet connection built in, and that can be used for safety features like being able to automatically call for help in a crash, or convenience features like being able to start the car remotely or check to see if the doors are locked or unlocked.
But for millions of cars on the road today, that technology relies on an aging 3G wireless network. And by the end of this year, all of the major cellular carriers will permanently shut down their 3G networks.
Automakers have known for years that the 3G networks were shutting down, but as recently as 2019, they were putting 3G technology into new vehicles, knowing that as soon as the 3G network shut down, that customers would be left in the lurch without access to some of these services.
Some vehicles already have 4G capabilities, so you might only have to perform a software update at home, the same way you would a phone or a laptop, to keep your car's connected services. Others will require a hardware upgrade, and for many car owners, that might come at a cost. But knowing what updates your car may need isn't so easy.
When we were reporting this story, we found it really hard to figure out which cars were affected by it. And we had to go into owner's manuals and, look at engineering documents to find out.
Best advice? Ask your dealer if and when the connected services on your car are set to expire.
Never thought about that once.
You don't think at all about that.
Yeah.
3G affecting cars.
Fascinating. 6:18 now. Let's get a check of that snowy forecast this morning. Chris Reese, actually, Let's talk about some averaged first dates of some temps. Why don't we?
Yeah, because with snowing in some spots out there, still some snow on the ground that continues to melt. Now that the sun is rising, we'll see more of that melting taking place, but we're still looking for our first 70-degree day of the year. Typically, that happens around April 4th. It just has not happened yet. And here we are, almost ending April at this point. Our average first 80 happens on April 27th. I don't see that in sight for us either. You look at the upper air pattern, we're generally chillier throughout this week, but some milder temperatures do begin to develop by the weekend. Check this out. 74 is the forecast high on Saturday. Hopefully we can reach it. We'll have to wait and see how things play out, but I'm optimistic on this one that we can hopefully make it to our first 70 this weekend.
Me too. Thanks, Chris.
My pleasure.
I'm so excited. The energy here is fantastic, and I'm stoked.
All right, thousands of people out in Boston this morning ahead of today's annual Boston Marathon. 30,000 folks are expected to run in one of the country's biggest races.
A cargo ship has finally been refloated after weeks of being stuck in the Chesapeake Bay.
And ahead in our next half hour, it's been a weekend of gun violence with 4 mass shootings in 3 states. The latest still ahead.
Trust the First Warn Weather Team for your most accurate forecast.
Cobuson buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobuson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobuson.com to apply.
Goldman Cars is having a huge spring sale with the largest selection of vehicles under $14,995 or $225 per month. Don't miss out on our spring sale with the best selection of SUVs and cars under $14,995 or $225 per month. We have one of the largest selections of vehicles in Dane County with over 500 vehicles in stock. So just come on in and ask for me, Crystal the Pistol, Goldman. Go to Goldman Cars East or West.
You gotta go to Goldman, GoldmanCars.com.
We're not just massage envy. We're also facials that get your skin glowing envy. We're talking, dang girl, you look good kind of envy.
All right, tell me your secret and lunch is on me.
This Mother's Day, buy one 60-minute facial session and get a second session free. Massage envy facials, where better begins.
Milk chocolate beyond words. Classic recipe by Lindt.
For decades, Washington politicians have promised to lower the cost of prescription drugs. But every year the prices go up. Why? Because Republicans like Ron Johnson, and let's be honest, too many Democrats don't have the guts to stand up to the pharmaceutical companies. I'm Sarah Godlewski, and I will. I want to bring practical solutions to Washington. That's what I've done as state treasurer. I'm Sarah Godlewski, and the big drug companies may not approve this message, but I do.
Hy-Vee has always been a cornerstone in the communities we serve. For over 90 years, we've been the place that people turn in time of need, and we take that very seriously. We know times aren't easy right now, and families are going hungry. That's why we came up with Food Bank Fridays, where we can help restock local food banks every Friday, so no one has to worry about where their next meal is coming from. To join our efforts, simply donate when you're at the check stand. Together, we can make a big difference for those in need.
A Stanley steamer started with one man, a van, and a whole lot of carpet. We've been innovating for a long time. Stanley steamer now goes beyond carpet. We've been cleaning tile and grout, upholstery, rugs, air ducts, and a whole lot more. We don't just clean carpets, we clean homes. So when your home needs a cleaning, give us a ring at 1-800-STEAMER.
Cobuson buses, now hiring.
My name is Mike Williams. I've been driving school bus off and on for 21 years. Here at our terminal, we're kind of like a family too. Somebody has an issue with a bus, other people kick in and help and get the job done.
Back now with an update to a story a lot of you have been following online. After more than a month of being stuck in the Chesapeake Bay, this cargo ship here, the Ever Forward, has been refloated. Crews had to dig out about 84,000 cubic yards of mud from around the vessel. About 5,000 containers are on the ship. U.S. Coast Guard had to remove 50 of them to lighten the load.
It's been a while since this guy's been stuck out there.
Yeah, And after that, the one that got stuck in, what, the Suez Canal?
Yeah, it was a sister ship that was stuck in the Suez Canal. So this company has had a bit of a tough time.
Yikes.
Could you imagine being the, homeowner waiting for their couch for 5 weeks?
It's all of our stuff
honestly,
on there.
Yeah,
It's all of our stuff.
Case.
Yeah. That explains why my Amazon packages stopped coming.
This explains why it takes 20 weeks to get a couch right now.
Yeah, I know,
There you go. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm ready for all that nonsense to be over.
I know, yeah,
I'm ready
same
for
here.
the snow to be over. That's what I want to talk about. My goodness. But it's not going to stick around for much longer.
Yeah, maybe next year we'll deal with the no snow at this point. No, we are still dealing with some light snow out there in spots this morning. You might see a couple of flurries as you head to the bus stop this morning. Otherwise, it's generally cloudy throughout the rest of the day. Still, another flurry or a rain shower is going to be a possibility. But now that the sun is coming up and you get some solar radiation, you get some energy from the sun to hit the ground, it's going to melt the snow that is left in a hurry. I actually just tweeted out what was on the weather patio, and it's like nothing. So our shot there on the belt line looks like so much snow, but for a lot of us, even my own neighborhood, it's like a skiff of snow that's left on the ground there.
And it was kind of hit or miss on my way in. Like certain spots would be heavier. Here's a live shot out of the patio.
There you go. You can see the grass where it's melted, but over in the rocky area, it's still a little skiff.
Now the rocky areas, the mulch, a little skiff. So this is what most of the west side looks like. And then if they want to pull up the traffic camera and show the belt, it's just ridiculous.
It looks.
What we have out there. Yeah, it looks like you got so much snow, but really it is just a coating that hasn't melted, and most areas are looking like this right now. So that's been the morning. Things are going to melt. They'll continue to melt. It is April 18th, though, and we are still dealing with some snow right now. So, I mean, it is what it is.
70s in the forecast, boys.
Looking
we can
forward
hold
to that.
out.
Yeah, this weekend.
There it is. Look at that shot.
Look at that shot. It looks like a totally different story.
Yeah.
So, perhaps there was just a localized heavier band there, but that'll all be melting, too.
All right. Thank you, Chris. Stick around. More news is next.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
At Pick and Save, we believe fresh is all about standards. Like for oranges, we check for color and scarring and more. Because when it comes to fresh for everyone, we believe the juice is worth the squeeze. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
It's Chevy Truck Month, and it's time to add the perfect accessories to your new Chevy. Make it bolder. Make it work harder. Make it your own. Find new possibilities. Find new roads. Very well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing on most Chevy pickup trucks. Plus, now during Truck Month, get a $1,000 accessory allowance toward the eligible purchase of a new Chevy truck with accessories. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
People said we couldn't run a successful business using progressive values, but that's exactly what we did. That's how we built the Bucks Arena. We made sure our minority and women-owned businesses were able to grow with it, paying good wages, using materials made in Wisconsin, all done in an environmentally sustainable way. That's the type of thinking we need in the U.S. Senate. We're not going to just talk about issues. I'm going to go to Washington and deliver. I'm Alex Lazary, and I approve this message.
In Madison at Overture Hall. Get tickets at madison.broadway.com.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want.
Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
SSM Health celebrates Earth Day. Join us April 22nd from 3 to 6 p.m. There's something to do for the whole family, including a scavenger hunt, face painting, complimentary gifts, and more. We'll see you Friday at one of these locations.
At Pick and Save, every free pickup order is picked fresh and packed with care, or we'll make it right. We're fresh every day, so shop anyway. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Snow on the ground in some spots. We'll let you know if this could impact your morning commute headed out the door.
And right now, new developments in a downtown Madison homicide and the 2 men charged in the case.
And sometimes you got to win ugly. It's not always going to be pretty or perfect. And
the Bucks squeaking out a playoff win, plus a big announcement for Giannis. Good Monday morning, everybody. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Leah Lynchide.
And I'm Chris Stanford. Some snow out there this morning.
Oh, yeah. It looks like a fair bit out there, but Chris Reese promises us it should be gone by the time the sun comes up. He has your certified most accurate forecast. Chris.
Yeah, so this is what we're looking at. This is our shot at the Beltline and Fish Hatchery, and things really look white throughout this south part of town here in Madison. On the west side, though, here around the station, there's some snow in the mulch. That's it. The grass completely green. So perhaps some localized heavier snow overnight right around here. But other than that, look at the road conditions. They are wet and moving along smoothly. This snow never had an opportunity to accumulate on the pavement. Temperatures generally stayed above freezing. In fact, we dropped to 32 after the snow stopped falling for about an hour or so. And then temperatures began to come right back up. Roads will be wet in spots this morning, but generally you got the green light all day. Give a little bit of caution just because the roads are wet. It's also foggy out this morning in some spots too. Our temperature 33. We're above freezing right now. Our wind chill is not, but the actual air temperature is. Our wind chill down into the mid-20s for us. Here's Doppler track, though. The bulk of that accumulating snow now out of the area. There's another band that has developed to our west that's got some light snow falling out of the sky, but this is way too light to put anything additionally on the ground. You'll probably just notice a lot of this in the air. That's starting to move into northwestern parts of Dane County. Sauk County is experiencing that. That's moving towards Black Earth, Blue Mounds, and Mesomania as we speak. Mount Horeb, this will be knocking on the door soon. Portage, Partyville, and Poynette, that's going to be knocking on your door fairly soon as well. And that'll be quick moving and then out of here shortly. After that, we'll see some additional snow showers that try to develop from the north and west into the afternoon. Those will likely be mixed with rain showers as well, as temperatures top out right around 40 for your highs this afternoon. Overnight tonight, partly cloudy, down to 31 for your overnight low. Tomorrow, we'll see some sun. Temperatures warm up into the upper 40s, maybe even some low 50s. Can't rule that out. With that sun, it's going to feel so good, especially when you compare that to today. Clouds start to stream in tomorrow night. This is Wednesday in the morning. It's going to be a gray morning headed out the door. Temperatures are warmer, though, into the upper 30s and lower 40s. Then by Wednesday afternoon, here comes the rain. That's a good soaking rain that's going to start to move its way through here. Sunshine at 63 for your Thursday, though. So any rain you get on Wednesday, what happens on Thursday, oh my goodness, it's going to help green things right on up, just as green as our outfits that we're wearing this morning, if not even greener with everything that we've got, plus more rain chances to follow that up next week, maybe some 70s by the weekend. This is what our ground is needed.
Mayflowers are in store.
Mayflowers are in store. They're already starting to creep up out of the ground.
Love to hear it. Chris Reese, thank you very much. You can stay on top of the storms coming this week and the warming temperatures later this weekend by downloading the Channel 3000 Weather app. Just do a search for Channel 3000 Weather in your app store. More local news this morning. Happening tomorrow, the 2 men arrested after a homicide outside the Dane County Jail will be back in court.
Eamon Galtney and Damani Cummins have preliminary hearings set for tomorrow morning. Cummins is facing a charge of first-degree intentional homicide in the death of Dwayne Collins Jr. Galtney is facing a homicide charge as a party to the crime. March 30th shooting marked Madison's first homicide of 2022.
In Pittsburgh, 2 people are dead after a shooting Sunday morning. Police say at least 8 others were hurt in the incident. It happened during a party at a house with more than 200 people in attendance. Investigators are now looking for several shooters and trying to figure out what caused all of this to happen.
I mean, I'm going to go wash blood off of my wife's car, which is like a really depressing way to spend Easter.
Police say as many as 90 shots were fired during the incident. Airbnb says it's permanently banned the guest who booked the house.
Police are not saying this morning if they have arrested anyone in connection to an armed robbery near the UW campus. This was the scene Friday night at the Walgreens on East Campus Mall. There was another reported robbery near campus earlier that day, but police have not said if they're connected. UW police say they have increased patrols in that area. When they do make an arrest, be the first to know through our mobile app. You can download it right now in your app store.
6:34 now. On top of a Game 1 win, the Greek Freak is now a finalist to win his 3rd MVP season. The NBA announced the finalists for the award last night while the Bucks were playing Game 1 against the Chicago Bulls. The Bucks starting the game with a 16-point lead, but the Bulls never really gave up. A pretty impressive defensive performance, giving them a 1-point lead down the stretch. But that doesn't faze the NBA champions. They won a close one, even with Giannis in foul trouble.
Obviously, you want to play at the end, play in the fourth quarter. Just be in the mix. Help your teammates in any way possible. But at the end of the day, everything happens for a reason, and I'm not extremely frustrated. I know that my team, they're a great team, either with me or without me. They can execute down the stretch.
Game 2 of the series, Wednesday night, tip-off at Fiserv Forum set for 8:30. Then the series heads to Chicago for Games 3 and 4. You can stay up to date on the latest Bucks news during the playoff run by bookmarking our Bucks page on channel3000.com. We've populated this specifically for the season. It has the latest news and updates as well as recaps of each game.
6:35 now. As child literacy rates slide nationwide, a Verona school is bucking the trend. In a special Eye on Education this morning, we're taking a look at how that school's doing it. There's a national trend in child literacy. It's a trend the New York Times calls a reading emergency. Recent studies show that about 1/3 of children are missing reading benchmarks. It's particularly alarming for Black and Hispanic students. But at Verona's Country View Elementary,
why is that something that we might need to know, Leah?
They're seeing some promising results.
Kids are raising their hands. They're really wanting to read it. They're wanting to take ownership of that learning, which is really awesome to see. It's definitely a confidence booster.
Test results show the quick progress. Compared to earlier this year, Country View students of all grade levels are scoring higher in reading. Proficiency rates are up as much as 43 percentage points. In order to truly make a difference, though, they're going far beyond the ABCs. They're building relationships, changing the culture, and empowering students to believe in themselves.
It's so good to see you. Where are you headed?
The success, Principal Jessica Beam says, is the direct result of growing a compassionate school community.
It's the work that we've really done these past 2 years is on our mindsets and how we see kids and what our hearts are telling us is best.
Now we need to give information.
To see what that looks like, we visited Mrs. Schrader's 3rd grade class. The strategy is to develop students' emotional, social, and physical well-being so they see themselves as a learner. It starts with the teacher setting the tone.
What kind of attitude does she have when she comes to school?
A positive attitude.
And what does that do for you?
It makes me have a positive attitude.
When you've made that connection with them, those students know that you care about them and they know that you love them. So they're wanting to put their best self forward and they're wanting to achieve their greatness because they've got it in them and they know they have a whole school of adult advocates that are working to support them.
Once students believe in themselves, the goal is for the results to follow.
I can stay positive, strong, get my work done, and do my job.
Another key part of their plan at Country View is staff collaboration. Teachers meet really often and they share ideas and feedback, which they say helps them see what's working, and then they build on it. They're track this data constantly, and they have showed some incredible results in a pretty short amount of time, Leah.
I think there's an important lesson here for adults and kids too, and that's the power of mindset and positivity. My husband always tells me he got this from his mom, so I can't give him all the credit, but he always says, make it a great day. The choice is yours.
There you go. You have more power than you give yourself credit for, right?
And these kids really exemplify that.
Yeah, so building that confidence is such a big part of this, and setting the right mindset, getting them to think positively, that they can do something instead of being told what to do. And that's how they do it at Country View. A little small tweak like that, they use I can statements. So instead of giving a student an assignment to say, do this, you need to do X, Y, and Z, they say, you can, or you say, I can do this, and I can do this, and I can do this. And all of a sudden, the students are thinking about it like, oh my gosh, like, I can do this. I have the power to achieve these goals.
It's framing. If you take anything from our newscast on this Monday morning, you can.
Yeah, you can.
Love that. Great story. 6:39 on your Monday. A blanket of snow on the ground. It's a little shocking to wake up to. Pretty foggy out there as well, but here's the silver lining. 70s are in the forecast. Chris Reese is talking about how early or late we're seeing 70s this season.
And also ahead, the reason some folks are keeping their lawnmowers put away this spring.
Plus, we're in the kitchen with Chef Paul learning how to make some very simple dishes and reducing food waste when we come back. Stick around.
When you need a paint to fit your lifestyle, Menards has got you covered. From protecting against this, or covering this, to refinishing this, we have a paint for you. You also need it in this color, or even this color. We can do that. Stop in and talk to one of our paint professionals to make your colors come to life. Pick up a gallon of Pittsburgh Ultra exterior flat paint for only $19.98 after sale price and 11% rebate.
This is the purpose-built Ford F-150. It's a beast with brains. It's got, you know what? Skip this video. Go see one at your local Ford dealer.
Get here to know F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for yourself. Then get one your way with a custom order that receives priority, plus an extra $1,000 bonus cash and incentive protection, guaranteeing you the best offer now or at delivery, all on a Ford, built for you, by you. Order your 2022 F-150 to lock in a great offer, plus get an extra $1,000 retail order bonus cash.
Broadway's Tony-winning Best Musical is Dear Evan Hansen. Dear Evan Hansen, May 10th to 15th at Overture Center. Find your tickets at overture.org today.
It's the most wonderful time of day.
Claritin provides non-drowsy symptom relief from over 200 indoor and outdoor allergens, day after day. Feel the clarity and make today the most wonderful time of the year. Live Claritin Clear.
Creating family memories is what Maple Leaf Landscaping is all about. We design and build outdoor spaces that bring people together. Landscaped spaces for any size family. Functional, beautiful, a place everyone will enjoy. And it all starts with a free visit at your home by one of our landscape experts. So call Maple Leaf Landscaping today and have us create an outdoor living space for your home.
How do you use your energy? Giving back to your community? Fueling your drive to deliver hope for neighbors in need? At Alliant Energy, we're creating more clean, renewable energy every single day to power what matters to you. Because even during the most powerful moments in our lives, we're not thinking about power. We're thinking about a brighter future. Alliant Energy, powering beyond.
U.S. ad spending is set to surpass $300 billion by 2022, and the greater Madison area is poised for major growth. So now would be a great time to consider a career in multimedia sales and to join our team selling our top-rated media and digital solutions. Work for a company that offers training, autonomy, flexibility, income growth, upward mobility, and work-life balance with a competitive wage. If you have a passion to drive results for local businesses, then visit morganmurphymedia.com right now to apply.
You're watching Madison's fastest growing newscast. News 3 Now this morning.
Time to see what's going on in the 608 this morning. We've got a real treat for you. Some ways to save some money, cut down on food waste, and even make some use of all those leftovers after the big Easter feast.
Oh, yeah. Josh Brighter live on Madison's Near East Side with Chef Paul this morning, munching down. Hey, Josh.
Yeah, this is that dish that we just made last half hour, guys. It's that pork, the apple, a little ginger and parsley in there. Fantastic work. It goes to show that, Chef Paul, really anything that you have in the kitchen you can make into some sort of a dish.
True. You save a lot of things by little knife skill. Of course, you want a knife skill, come to my class. Okay, now, for the zucchini, usually people, I will chop a little bit end off here, stock, okay? Mushroom, the tip, the stem, tough, save for mushroom. Yes, save for stock. Onion, usually I just score the both ends. Stock, waste nothing. That's how you save money, right? And then the skin, you peel them, just go into stock. Don't worry, you're making stock, you're not wasting anything. Okay? That's how I handle even the orange skin can be zest. Asparagus, sign of spring. Do this, and you chop the end off the stock.
Throw it in the stock pile.
Yeah, it's cutting small, cook, still edible, nothing wrong. Skin of a root vegetable, usually most of them are edible, okay? Don't waste them. Leeks, whole thing usable, don't waste. Same thing about broccoli, whole thing usable, don't waste. Just chop the end off this here, save for making stock. The whole thing usable. Parsley, whole thing usable. Stem, leaf, all beautiful, okay? Now, show you how to cook a little bit this thing. So we just chop this a little bit off here to making a stock. So just chop these fine here, little section pieces, okay? And the mushroom here. And the chopped little onion to get into the flavor here, okay? How's that?
Very good.
Okay, this ingredient right here. And turn the heat up, a little bit of oil, and you waste nothing. Worst come to worst, you save for compost. Of course, I know compost is not easy for everybody, but you can do as much you can to help environment, okay? All of us have a responsibility to save our environment, okay? Okay, now we got that in, and then with a little bit here, a little bit more, to bring out the flavor for the onion. I sliced very thin, okay, to bring out the flavor a little bit more. And now the rest go in there. Of course, I always like to use my stock to give a little moisture to kind of give them, keep it from burning. Yes, and then give it a little moisture to kind of wet them out a little bit, help them to expedite the cooking process. And
so, Chef Paul, you have some cooking classes available for folks here at the Willie Street Co-op. If people are interested, what do they need to know?
We have readers. We have internet. Go to our website. Check us out.
And you do that a few times a month?
A few times a month.
Very good.
It's my honor.
Well, hey, it's been an honor to have you here with us this morning. Some fantastic breakfast I've got in my hands, guys. Just going to show that you shouldn't waste anything, right? Use it all.
Use them all. Worst come to worst. Compost. Help our environment. Thank you very much.
Guys, you can go to channel3000.com, and I've got a link with more information up there as well. I'm just going to keep eating here in the kitchen with Chef Paul. It doesn't get any better than this.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Put it in the stock.
Put it in the stock pot.
Yes, everything
that's our phrase of the morning.
I love that. I love it. Josh Brighter making us hungry, per usual.
Thank you
Chef
very
Paul,
much.
thanks for your time as well.
Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. Reach out on social media or email him for a chance to be featured.
All right, Chris Reese here now with the First Warn Weather. He's certified most accurate. Chris.
Yeah, talking about when we could see some 70s around here. We've yet to see that, and we're still dealing with snow. Typically, our first 70 happens right around the 4th of April. That's just not been the case just yet. I'll tell you, though, you look at the upper air pattern, we'll stay cooler for much of this week, but by the weekend, look at how some of that warmer air begins to build and push itself towards the eastern part of the country. It's short-lived, though. Some colder air starts to build in behind that. I'll tell you what, our average high, 58. We're going to warm up to temperatures above to right around average as we move towards the weekend. In fact, by Saturday, I have a forecast high of 74. If we hit it, we'll finally make it. We'll finally hit 70 for this time of the year. Here's one thing to watch, though. Temperatures, as we start to move towards that last week of April across southern Wisconsin, favor being warmer than normal. But that's only for a short time, because as we begin to open the month of May, those temperatures favor being colder than normal around here.
All right, Chris Reese, thank you very much. We appreciate it. 6:48 now. Coming up on CBS Morning, Steve Hartman shares a lesson in compassion with the story of a little boy who once needed a home of his own, now giving homes to dogs that need it most.
There's something about old dogs, but I just like.
Do you see yourself in these dogs?
Yes, sir.
That story and more ahead on CBS Mornings just after 7.
Out in Connecticut, 2 women are starting an environmental movement that could get you out of mowing the lawn as much this season. Louise Washer and Donna Merrill are pushing to stop mowing as much and avoid using pesticides. In 2017, they started pollinator pathways, saying the leaves, brush, and weeds serve a purpose for the insects and birds.
Got all the bee balm and the milkweed that the butterflies and the bees need.
People read about the insect apocalypse and the bee declines and the monarch butterfly. And this is something positive. This is something you can do.
So after signing up, folks can purchase a butterfly marker that lets your neighbors know that you are a part of the program, and that's why you're not mowing. The movement now includes members in over 300 towns across the country.
Hey, Verona participates in something just like this. For a second year in a row, the city passing a no-mow May ordinance. It lets folks grow their grass as long as they'd like. The month-long movement helps pollinators as they come out of hibernation. Although the city allows unlimited growth in your lawn, the council says you can still mow your lawn for the month of May if you'd like. 6:50. Coming up in the morning sprint, an update in Madison's first homicide of the year.
First, if you've got a little kiddo turning 3 soon, let us know so we can show their picture on TV. And we want to say happy birthday to Wesley and all the kiddos turning 3 today.
Coast 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Mirror, mirror on my 5-piece Tremont bedroom set. Only $9.99. Dresser and mirror, chest, queen bed, even a nightstand. At Bob's Discount Furniture, you get the quality and value you deserve, even if you like talking to yourself in the mirror.
The home of Wisconsin's favorite wine, Prairie Fumé. And the Wallersheim Old Fashioned. Scarlet Fumé is back. Find it and other Wallersheim wines and spirits at your favorite Wisconsin stores. Cheers to 50 years and many more to come.
Faces get all the love. What about the body? New Dove Shower Collection is infused with hyaluronic and peptide serums to make your skin feel smoother and more radiant. New Dove Body Love face care ingredients now in the shower.
We gotta tell people that Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance, so you only pay for what you need. And we gotta do it fast.
Woo! New personal record, Limu!
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Drive a Honda, the adventures go on and on. Follow your adventures with the thrilling performance of Honda. The brand owners are calling the most fun to drive. Hurry into a local Honda dealer where new vehicles are arriving daily.
What can sonobello do for you? How about a new shape?
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
New confidence.
I can see a huge difference. Look at this.
New you.
I can wear a little black dress. I feel sexy.
With sonobello, you can remove stubborn body fat permanently in just one visit. Don't wait a moment longer to reveal the new you.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation with Sonobello, America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist, and find out how you can get $250 off. Sonobello uses Tri-Sculpt micro-laser liposuction to remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently for incredible transformations in just one visit.
I have one big regret. I didn't go sooner.
Call 1-888-622-8360 or go to sonobello.com.
My Blake dining set, table and 6 chairs, or table, 4 chairs and bench in 3 finishes, in dining height or counter height. With Bob's discount, only $5.99. Now, how am I going to tie my shoes? Shop what's in stock, in store, or at mybobs.com.
Save thousands on your mortgage with a refi from Summit. Apply today.
6:53, time for the morning sprint.
The redevelopment of one of UW-Madison's buildings is affecting a community of students. Some say the construction in place of the Zoe Bayless Co-op is limiting accessible and affordable housing on campus. What the students are doing about it and how the university is responding. That's all up on channel3000.com.
Happening tomorrow, the 2 men arrested after a targeted shooting outside of the Dane County Jail will be back in court. Damani Cummins is facing a charge of first-degree intentional homicide in the death of Dwayne Collins Jr. Eamon Galtney is facing a homicide charge as a party to the crime. The March 30th shooting marked Madison's first homicide of 2022.
There's a glue gun recall out this morning. Dollar Tree is recalling more than 1 million Crafter Square glue guns because they can malfunction when plugged in, potentially burning people. Dollar Tree sells the product for, you guessed it, $1. They will give customers a full refund if they bring it back to the store. The company says 4 fires, including one that burnt some skin, have been reported.
Today is the 126th running of the Boston Marathon. This year's marathon features participants from all 50 states and 122 countries. It's the first time the race falls on Patriots Day since 2019 because of the pandemic. The first set of athletes are set to take off around 8 o'clock this morning.
The NBA playoffs kicking off this weekend with the Bucks taking Game 1 over the Chicago Bulls. Elsewhere in the league, the Phoenix Suns opened their series up with a win over the New Orleans Pelicans. The Miami Heat took Game 1 yesterday. The Boston Celtics getting by the Brooklyn Nets with a 1-point victory. The winner between the Celtics and the Nets will go on to play the winner of Bucks and Bulls. The playoffs continue tonight, starting at 6:30 on TNT.
Brewers wrapping up their series with the Cardinals yesterday. Milwaukee loaded up the scoreboard early with 3 runs in the first. Here's one of them right here. Nice little sac fly. Scores the runner from third. And then Albert Pujols in the third. He would tie things up with a shot to the upper deck. That's his 681st career home run. Later, Tyrone Taylor taking advantage of bases loaded, knocks in a couple of runs. Brewers go on to win 6-5. Josh Hader picking up his 100th career save.
Still tracking some snow out of the area this morning, though a couple of more flurries can't be ruled out as we go throughout today. Here's that next band starting to work its way to the western side of Madison. That'll continue to push eastward in due time. Our temperatures are right around 33. I expect them warming up towards 40 as we move towards your afternoon high. Still, though, flurries, snow showers, rain showers, we'll see that mix today as temperatures top out around 40. It ultimately does not amount to all that much. Then you get to the extended forecast, friends. We do begin to warm up, perhaps 74 by the time we get towards Saturday.
Safe to say any snow that we see today will definitely be gone by tomorrow.
You never know that, Leah. Weather can do anything. Yeah, it'll be gone by tomorrow.
I was like,
it'll
what?
be gone.
More snow.
It'll be gone by tomorrow.
All right,
Thanks,
good
Chris.
to hear.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good one. We'll see you back here tomorrow.